Good afternoon, friends. It's Rob here. It's Sunday, early afternoon. I'm at my studio just cleaning up a few things. And I had a few thoughts I wanted to share with you guys. And today's topic is mostly to do with mind control and using specific mind control strategies. Some call it mindset. Call it whatever you want. There's a lot here that we can use and apply in our lives for business, for personal growth, and what have you. So I have to give you a little bit of background on my own personal history. Way back when I was a young man, I was 20, 21 years old. One of my first jobs working in the photographic industry was working for a very high-end industrial mining photographer. I ran their darkroom for a couple of years. Best job I ever had, even though I got paid peanuts. And the owner and his wife got into Amway, and they told me about Amway, and I got all excited, and I joined Amway for about a year. Now, a lot of people are critical of Amway, you know, it's a pyramid scheme, blah, 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 whatever. Doesn't matter. Here's what I gotta say about that. I've always, first of all, Amway's not for me, but at the time it served the purpose, and it's capitalism on steroids in many, many ways. So the idea is kind of okay, but whatever. The practice is a different story. However, I started going to weekly meetings, and it was there that I did my first speech. Man, I almost had a nervous breakdown. It was awful. But mostly, I got exposed to books that I don't know that I would have been exposed to. I got exposed to success principles and other people who were really sort of high-end people who had very entrepreneurial drive about them. So I learned a lot, but mostly it was the books. A lot of books were purchased by me, and some of which were, I think my favorite book was probably Think and Grow Rich, but there was a whole bunch of other ones. But it was there that I established the roots for mind control, mindset, and some of the strategies that I've learned since then and applied to this day. So I'm going to give you a few sort of experiences that I've learned, and I'll give you a few resources that you could check out yourself. So I remember one of the first things I had done way back when I was 21, I decided I was going to open up a photography studio. I was kind of too young, too green to really do so. But we went to a local sign shop. We were going to put a lease on. When I say we, I'm talking about my cousin and I. And we were going to sign a lease for a commercial space. And we went to a local sign shop, and the sign shop said, okay, we'll help you. They designed a logo for us and everything. And they said, we'll give you... They thought we were legit, and totally we weren't. They said, we'll give you some layout ideas. So that night, my cousin and I thought, well, let's try this Silva Mind Control was one of the books. Go check it out. There's actually some pretty good YouTube videos on Silva Mind Control. It is essentially the same thing. As The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by, what's his name, Joseph Murphy, which is an amazing read. And a whole bunch of other books, including Think and Grow Rich, will have basically the same strategies. So we decided to try it, and it's visualization. So what we had done was, I don't know who was sort of the facilitator, one of us was, where we asked the other person to, do some deep breathing, close your eyes, and just relax. And imagine you're walking down the street where we were to rent this place, and you see this place and all these recognizable buildings, and then you turn the corner and you see the new studio and visualize it, and boom. Whatever we visualized, we saw specific colors, a specific logo, and then the next day we went to pick up the layout rendition that the sign shop created for us, and it was exactly the same. I shit you not. So that was just a minor story. So, however, in the grand scheme of things, I really think there is something to, I don't want to say rely on this stuff, this visualization or mind control stuff, and not do the work. You need to do the work. You need to put in the action steps, and that's something that I've always believed in myself. So some of the books, I'll give you some more stories and some more practical advice, but some of the books are, again, Silva Mind Control, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, probably The Power of Positive Thinking, The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich. Neville Goddard has got a lot of stuff on YouTube. Neville Goddard It's got a little more Christian-based sort of angle to it, but that's okay. You guys just got to be okay with that. The strategies themselves are very, very solid. It's all the same thing, very much the same thing. So how have I put that out in my own life and applied it in my own life? Pretty much on a day-to-day basis I do. At night, I breathe. I do what's called box breathing. Breathe in the count of 8, hold for the count of 8, exhale for the count of 8. I'll do that 5 times, and then I meditate and visualize my goals. Now, my goals throughout my life have been largely achieved by using this particular strategy. I have not had a whole lot of stuff just happen by happenstance. Everything I wanted, I pursued. I had a very clear idea in my mind as to what it was I wanted. So for you, whatever it is, think about it. Do you want to be a better communicator? Do you want to get out of debt? Do you want to become a better photographer? Do you want to master lighting? Do you want to create a better portfolio? So say for sports photography or high school senior, whatever. Visualize it and get very clear in your mind and apply these strategies, and it's going to help you immensely. For me, in my decades and decades of living this life so far on this planet, I've applied this, especially back in the early 90s. That was a good decade for me. I achieved a house, a car, a complete camera system, and a bunch of other stuff. And it was like almost magical the way this stuff just happened to me. But you got to get very, very clear on it. You got to believe it's going to happen, and you got to do the work. And it's amazing, though. It's not like you got to push pennies up the street using your nose, crawling through glass and, barbed wire. It's amazing how a lot of stuff, it just shows up, but you got to be willing to grab it and grab the opportunity. So let me give you a smaller example. One area I'm very anal about my sleep habits. I need to get sleep. I value sleep as a health thing. I need a completely dark room with cool air and preferably some white noise. And when I sleep at a new location, I find this is true if you get older, you get a little more stuck in your ways and you like your own bedroom. So back in 2008, my buddies and I took our motorcycles for a whole month. We went to Alaska, and I knew sleeping in a tent, most of the time we slept in a tent. I didn't even bring a pillow. I didn't even bring a sleeping bag. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to sleep on the ground. And the first few nights I did that. I got fed up with it, and I eventually bought a sleeping bag. However, the point is this, and I do this strategy all the time, whether or not I'm couch surfing, which I've done. And just like last year, I stayed at my uncle's place in Vancouver for 4 nights. I slept on his couch, and that's not a very comfortable thing to do. It's fine if you're 22 and you're living like a nomad. However, I applied this strategy. And I do this all the time. Apply this strategy when you're going to bed at night. I told myself I'm going to sleep like a baby. All these little things, like there was light coming through the window. Normally I like a dark room. There might be noise. It might be too warm. I told myself none of this stuff is going to bother me. I am going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to tune it all out. And I did. And it always, always worked for me. Likewise, if you have something that's stressing you out, I'll go to bed at night. If there's something bothering me, I say, I'm not going to let this bother me tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby. So I'm planting these suggestions. It's like an auto-suggestion. I'm planting this direction in my mind. I'm telling my mind, this is what you're going to do. So if you're looking for an answer for something, often what I'll do is say, I got to send out an email tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to dream and sleep and rely on my subconscious mind to come up with the ideal email for tomorrow's content. So this is putting into work and letting your mind create the right mindset, the right direction. And I urge you to study these books and to look into these particular resources. And there's a bunch more. If you have your own ideas, put them in the comment section below and let me know what you think. And subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. So this is something I wholeheartedly recommend and I wholeheartedly believe in as one of many, many strategies to grow and succeed and expand and be prosperous and healthy. All right, thanks.